Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. In this episode, let's do a buyer's guide for the 2021 Cervelo S-Series Ultegra Di2 road bike. But before we start, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe and hit that little bell icon because it's gonna help in growing the channel. And of course, if you are already a subscriber, then thank you. So, as I was saying, Cervelo S-Series Ultegra Di2. Let's first define who is this bike for. So you see, Cervelo S-Series platform is all about aerodynamics. This is a typical example of an Aero road bike. Aerodynamically optimized frame, fork, and some other components like the handlebar stem, seat post, wheels. And also this is the bike with the low drag. So if you are interested in going as fast as possible in a straight line and you like these aerodynamically optimized bikes, then definitely check Cervelo S-Series. Don't expect this bike to be very light or very stiff because this is not the point of this Aero road bike. Now we gotta address the question about the price for this bike. So you see, the retail price for this bike is $6,000. Make no mistake, this is an expensive bike. And I would definitely advise you to negotiate the price of this bike. Be nice, negotiate nicely, and the target price for this bike, in my opinion, should be between $5,000 to $5,200. And if you manage to negotiate the price down to these levels, I truly believe you're gonna get a very good value for your money. When we talk about the paint scheme on this bike, Cervelo offers two paint schemes. You see, one is this pretty classical gray silver, or I would call it almost like a black on black, very classical and definitely not my cup of tea. But luckily there is this another paint scheme, which is this beautiful purple chameleon, kind of metallic blue-green, which looks absolutely stunning, and I would definitely go with this paint scheme. I'm glad that Cervelo is offering at least two paint schemes on this bike because, as I said, this is an expensive bike with a retail price of $6,000. Now let's dive in and let's talk about the specifications of this bike, and also at the end I will give some of my pros and cons considering this specific bike. So we can kick off with the frame and the fork on this Cervelo bike. So you see, this Cervelo S-Series Ultegra Di2 has a carbon fiber frame and a fork from Cervelo. And just keep in mind that this carbon fiber frame is, of course, ready for the internal cable routing, 12mm through axles both front and the back, and this is a press-fit bottom bracket on the frame, and this is a standard thing that Cervelo does, their BB right press-fit bottom bracket. Also with the fork, as I see, full carbon fiber fork with a tapered steerer. Now here it's important to mention the Cervelo's warranty. So Cervelo offers you a lifetime warranty on the frame, but I'm not sure if this lifetime warranty is also extended to the fork, or the fork is maybe like 5 to 10 years warranty. This is something worth checking with your Cervelo bike dealer just to be sure. Is this lifetime warranty for the first owner of the bike? Is it for the frame and the fork, or only for the frame? So, do I have any special complaints about the frame and the fork? No, absolutely top-notch product from Cervelo. Now let's talk about the wheel set on this bike. So you see, the wheel set on this bike is a reserve wheel set with DT Swiss hubs. This is very interesting because I haven't heard about reserve wheels before, and this is the first time I've basically checked them, read a bit more about the specifications, and I think they're pretty good product. So if we speak about this Reserve 50 wheel set with the DT Swiss 350 hubs, superb choice for the hubs, I have to mention here. The retail price of this wheelset would be $1,800 US. It is a carbon fiber wheelset, 50 millimeters deep rim. As I said, superb DT Swiss 350 hubs, and the total weight of this wheelset is 1,688 grams. A very competitive weight for this carbon fiber wheelset. Also keep in mind that the internal width is 21 millimeters, which also allows you to fit the tires all the way from 25 mm all the way to 35 millimeter tires. And of course this wheelset is for the center lock disc brakes, 12 millimeter through axles both front and the back, and 24 spokes both front and the back. So very interesting offering from Reserve, and I'm also glad that if you would be buying this wheelset on your own, you also have a choice of choosing DT Swiss 240 hubs or even superb DT Swiss 180 hubs, where the price of the wheelset can go all the way up to $2,800 US. So this was a bit of a surprise for me, this Reserve wheelset, but as I say, again, reading a bit more specifications of this carbon fiber wheelset, absolutely superb wheelset, no complaints here from me. This wheelset is wrapped in the Vittoria Rubinho tires, tubeless ready. The wheelset is, the tires are tubeless ready, of course, and these Vittoria Rubinho tires are 25C tires. I understand why they have included here a 25C tire, just because of course this bike is all about, aerodynamics, but personally I would, when I destroy these tires, I would move to the 28 millimeter tires, just because you're gonna have much more air volume inside and your ride will be much more smoother. And this wheelset can easily take the tires up to 35 millimeters. But again, there might be some limitations on the frame, but I'm definitely sure that 28mm tires will fit on this frame easily. Speaking about the crankset on this bike, you will get a superb Shimano Ultegra crankset. This is the Shimano Ultegra R8000 crankset, 5236 chainrings, and this is paired with the Shimano Ultegra cassette R8000 1130 cassette. So you see 1130 cassette, 5236 chainrings, absolutely optimized for, going as fast as possible. Also the chain on this bike is the Shimano's HG701, which is a Shimano Ultegra level chain, 11-speed chain, and I'm really glad that Cervelo didn't cut corners with the chain and the cassette, and they have kept everything on the Shimano Ultegra level. Speaking about the total group set on the bike, so front mech, rear mech, and the shifters, everything is superb Shimano Ultegra Di2 electronic group set. So Shimano Ultegra Di2 8050, absolutely superb electronic group set, best value for money on the market in my opinion, so I have absolutely no complaints here about the group set, or no complaints here about the cassette, chain, and the crankset. Everything superb Shimano Ultegra level. Now let's talk about some of the smaller pieces on the bike, like the handlebar and the stem. So you see, the handlebar on this bike is the Cervelo's own production carbon fiber handlebar, again superb choice. The stem is the Cervelo's own alloy stem. This is okay, no special complaints here. And also I'm glad that the handlebar and the stem are separate pieces, so if you wanna, change it for something else, you need some fine-tuning of the handlebars and the stem position, you can easily do that, because again they are separate pieces. Speaking about the braking performance on this bike, again you are getting a superb Shimano Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes. So front and the back you will have 160mm braking rotors, Shimano's RT800, which is basically Shimano Ultegra level braking rotors with the Shimano Ice Tech Ice Freeza technology. Superb, no cutting corners here, and again I'm glad these are 160mm braking rotors front and back, because this is gonna be a very fast bike. Saddle, as always, a personal preference. This one is gonna be a Pro Logo Dimension STN. If you got saddles that you really like, please do keep them as long as possible. Seat post on this bike, Cervelo's own production carbon fiber seat post, aerodynamically optimized, but the main point here is that you are getting a superb carbon fiber seat post, which is definitely gonna soak up some of the smaller road bumps. And as I see, Cervelo will also throw in a few of the smaller accessorizes, for example the front computer mount and even the rear kind of accessorizes mount. So this is very nice from Cervelo. So now, in a summary, I will just focus on maybe the question of few things that I don't like with this bike. And when I look at it, to be honest, I have no special complaints about this bike. Cervelo has put a very good package on this bike, and if I'm truly being picky, maybe a little upgrade in the future for me would be to upgrade these 25mm tires to the 28mm tires, just because of a bit of more air volume. Except from that, as I said, it's a perfectly fine package from Cervelo, everything superb, no special complaints. The only thing, of course, I have to mention is the retail price of $6,000, and as I told you, be nice, negotiate nicely, behave nicely, and please aim for the price of approximately $5,000 to $5,200, and then you will definitely get a superb value for your money. So I think this is gonna be it for today. If you like what I'm doing, please do subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you are always notified when I make a new video, and as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Pura Vida!